Last week, I shared my reflection on giving because Christmas is the season of giving. And I shared using the word gift, okay, G-I-F-T, that reminds me about gratitude and generosity. It reminds me about the gift of being an inspiration, reminds me about forgiveness, and reminds me to be a steward of my talents. Okay, so generosity and gratitude and generosity, G, I, inspiration, forgiveness, F, and talents. Okay, good steward of my talents. The other side of the coin, that is Christmas. Okay, the coin of Christmas is receiving. So to receive is to have. So I'm going to talk 4 points. Okay, HAVE. Now, one of the principles of mastery is to have what you have. Now, I want you to spend time reflecting on the various meanings behind these 4 simple words, have what you have. I'm not going to go into it today, but to receive is obviously to have. So consider these 4 aspects of receiving in the letters HAVE. H is for happiness. Of course, give thanks and be happy when you have what you ask for. And this Christmas, the children, even the adults, are going to be, asking Santa for things that they want. Okay. But the fact is that the longer you have asked for something, the more you have struggled for something, the happier you are. And my friend, Charlie, who's just come on, Charlie, you will understand that, isn't it? The fact that the longer you've asked for something, the more you have struggled for something, the happier you are when you get it. In the Bible, Jesus said, I came that you may have life and have it abundantly. Okay, abundantly, it's the abundant life he wants us to have. But in the book of Thessalonians, the first book of Thessalonians, chapter 5, Paul says to us, reminds us, rejoice always, give thanks in all circumstances. Now, give thanks in all circumstances suggests that there are good things and bad things. That's why, the coach Brendan Brashard talks about honoring your struggle, because in your struggle, actually, there is a lot of things that you get. Okay? Because difficulties actually do something more for you. That is why personal development is such a big benefit of doing multi-level marketing or network marketing. We have grown because of the struggles, the pain of pruning, etc., that we go through. So happiness is actually a choice. And I want to share with you, let me share my screen. Oops, I've lost my screen. Okay. So let me share my this screen. So happiness is a choice, and we've all heard about Viktor Frankl, okay? About the choice he makes. The one thing you can't take away from me is the way I choose to respond to what you do to me. The last of one's freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance. Okay, so we've heard that a lot earlier this year, but this is the part he says, regardless of what happens to you, you can always choose to be grateful by imagining how it could have been worse. Okay, that's a tip on how to be happy in all circumstances. The second letter, A, is for appreciation. Okay, appreciation. And let me share with you a quote by Melody BT. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. So when you're appreciative, when you have gratitude, it really makes a difference. Okay. So Gratitude is giving feedback. It's saying thank you. It's your feedback to others. What about feedback from others? Okay, what about feedback from other people? Again, this feedback can be good and it can be bad. In fact, when you think about it, what saves me is the bad news. I'm sorry, you have stage 3 cancer. Well, I'm glad I heard about it now before it's stage 4. Okay. I'm sorry, your skin carotenoid score is only 30,000. Oh, thank goodness I know that I can do something about it. Okay. I'm sorry, your VFAT is 10. That bad news is it's good news. Appreciate it, because it can literally save your life. But you know, if you shoot the messenger, you won't receive any bad news. Okay, so one of the tricks is to really appreciate the news that you receive. Okay. So HAV. V is for victory. Victory is conquering my mind. It's choosing empowering thoughts. We saw earlier that happiness is a choice. Okay. It's a tough choice to make that victors make. And so victory is actually leadership distinction number 5 that I learned on the AsiaWorks leadership program. Okay, and leadership distinction number 5 is this distinction. Okay, my vision and commitment dictate my actions, not my feelings, assessments, or evaluations. Okay. My vision and commitment dictate my actions, not my feelings, assessments, or evaluations. Last night at the World Cup final, we saw a great example of this in the match between Argentina and France. The outcome was finally decided by penalty kicks after more than 130 minutes of play. It was that close. Okay, and the way both teams played is a great example of vision and commitment. Vision and commitment are the 2 bookmarks of success that I've always talked about. There are 2 bookmarks of success, starting and finishing. So starting is the vision, the why, the compelling desire. Okay? And finishing is the commitment, the iron will, never give up. And really, they desperately wanted to win. Okay, Argentina wanted to win. Messi wanted to win because it was his last game of his career. Okay, and France, they wanted to do the never done before double, win 2 World Cup finals in a row. Okay. And they never gave up. I actually, my son Chris gave up. You know, after France had been playing so badly, he just went to sleep after 60 minutes, but somehow they recovered, and you know, this was a classic example. So I want to remind you, just make this point, that receiving is not passive. Okay? Victory is not passive. Okay? When you choose to play to win, it's not passive, it's active. Okay? So in my case too, during Christmas, you know, I want to receive, if I want to receive the presents I want, I got to drop some really big hints. You know, be active. Lastly, E is for enough. Okay, E is for enough. Enough is what I call contentment. Okay. When you're contented, your energy allows you to be calm and therefore attract. Okay, because you're not focused on yourself, but you're focused on others. You know, take fishing. You can imagine, if you're not calm, you're agitated, I don't think the fish will feel safe and bite. Okay, that's my imagination of fishing, but you get what I mean. Okay, there's the energy around you. Okay. What Bob calls lean back, don't lean forward. Okay. I want to share with you this lovely quote. This lovely quote by Oprah Winfrey. Okay. Be thankful for what you have. You will end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. Okay. So it's related to the second point on appreciation, but it's related about having enough. Okay? Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. You concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Beautiful expression. So enough is having an abundance mindset, which allows you to give. Okay? So when you have an abundance mindset, you don't have to hoard for yourself. You've got enough. It allows you to give, thus starting the cycle of receiving over again. I want to share one last thought, okay, as we review 2022, and then we reflect on all the blessings that we've received. You notice when I'm going to send out the homework for reflection on 2022, it focuses a lot on looking at the blessings that we've received. And as we set goals for 2023 and beyond 2023, we want to set goals based on our vision. So vision is what you want. Oh, the big question, what do you want? What do you want? So let me help you with this quote by Epicurus. Nothing is enough for the man to whom enough is too little. So we've talked about enough, but consider this. Nothing is enough for the man to whom enough is too little. Dream big, think big, because you will have what you think about and what you see. Okay. So tomorrow, Tuesday tips, it's going to be Alfred. He's going to be sharing tips on his favorite subject, TR90. Okay, TR90 during the Christmas and the feasting season. So thank you very much for being with me through this year. It's been a great year of Motivational Mondays. I've just thoroughly enjoyed myself. I've grown so much through it. And